We're all familiar with the health headlines that tell us we can eat butter one day, but not the next. Or that glass of wine that was good for us is now bad. So which is it? All of these conflicting stories are driven by numbers, and that's where the answers lie. Luckily, I'm a nerd, a data cruncher, a statistician. In this show, I'll be decoding the data to find the real truth behind the headlines. First up, alcohol. So what are the lies about alcohol? And more importantly, what's the truth?
Yes, I do drink a lot of alcohol.
Pints of spirits usually, but a lot, yeah.
I don't know, maybe 20 pints a week?
Probably a lot more units than the doctor would recommend.
No, I don't know what the NHS guidelines are.
According to the NHS, there is no safe level of consumption of alcohol. Any amount of consumption is risk. But just how accurate is this statement? What is safe anyway? To answer that, we first need to understand what risk is and what statistics are.
People use statistics to make predictions. Sports betting companies will use statistics to work out the odds of future games. And in health, people use statistics to work out what the risks are according to the behaviour that you have. Statistics can help guide our individual behaviour. I'm very happy to fly in big commercial airlines, but if I was in some country with some crummy airline that crashed regularly and I knew what the statistics were, I wouldn't want to fly with them, even though I might have a perfectly safe flight in the end.
Risk is the chance of something bad happening to you. And that's shown by a number called a stat. So 1 in 2 would be a high risk, a high chance of something happening, and say 1 in a million would be a low risk of that thing happening. Let's look at some everyday scenarios. Dave is lying in bed in the morning before work and contemplating his risks for the day. The headboard could collapse or he could fall out of bed. You have a 6 in 1,000 chance of being injured by your bed, pillow, or even bed furniture. His trip to the bathroom holds risks too. Each year, nearly 1 in 150 people hurt themselves from slipping and falling in the home, and about 1,500 people die from these falls. If he makes it safely to the bathroom, he has to approach the sink warily. When shaving, Dave has a 1 in 7,000 chance of cutting himself badly enough with his razor this year to seek medical attention. Even the act of getting dressed places him at risk. Zippers, buttons, and other articles of clothing hurt more than 26,000 Britons each year. Ah, man. Okay, he finally gets out of the door safely and is on his way to work. But nope, he has a 1 in 200 chance of dying in some form of motor vehicle accident in his lifetime. There he goes. These thoughts were enough to convince him that maybe it's safest to stay in bed. Dave, just go back to sleep. We've shown that everything in life has a risk attached to it. Nothing is 100% safe. It's up to you if you take these risks, or just stay in bed like Dave. You have 4 times the chance of being seriously injured by a zipper or button than of dying from alcohol. The message here is simple. Take care with alcohol and keep your risk low, whatever that means to you. We can laugh, but newspapers print these ridiculous headlines, even now.
If you drink it of sex, it's not going to work really, is it? It's not a good combination, no.
If you're having sex when you're drunk, it just ruins it. Like.
Depends if you had too much to drink.
Yeah, from personal experience, just don't bother. It's not good. No, it's not a good idea.
We've found 2 strangers who've agreed to take part in our experiment to find out what effect alcohol has on sexual performance. Along the way, they'll record everything on their phones and tell us about it the morning after. So let's get it on.
I'm feeling a little bit nervous.
Shake myself, man.
Okay, so it's lights out from us.
Inhibitions are a huge part of sex. 75% of people have sex with the lights off because of them.
It went alright, but when we went to kiss, he headbutted me. He attempted to remove my bra, but the clasp got stuck.
I'll get it myself.
He'd only been going 2 seconds, then my mum rang. I answered it because I'm a delightful daughter. Hi, Mum! And then he jizzed everywhere. Sorry, Mum, 1 second. Was that it?
Nervousness is a real problem in sex.
I'm gonna have to go.
Premature ejaculation affects 1 in 3 men.
It's the first time it's ever happened, honestly, as well, but it's not a reflection on my abilities in any way, shape or form.
So let me clarify. Headbutt into my face, then light onto my head. I should have filled out a risk assessment.
Let's see how sex goes after 2 units of alcohol.
Last night was a lot better, if I don't say so myself. I managed to get the bra off straight away this time, I think, because I wasn't as nervous.
He had me naked before I knew it.
A couple of units of alcohol can have a good effect on sexual performance. It might take your anxiety away and it can improve performance. It makes the blood vessels open, increased blood flow, gives you hard on. So the benefits for women are exactly the same. A couple of units of alcohol can increase blood flow to the nether regions, and that can enhance your enjoyment.
She's quite forward and she started kind of getting things going before I did.
He was like a stallion. Lasted at least 24 minutes.
I could have went again for hours, you know, I could have just gone all night.
He hit the right spot, if you know what I mean.
Alcohol increases blood flow and gives you a bigger erection for men. And for women, it does pretty much the same. Increases sensation. For both men and women, it releases inhibitions.
Mission accomplished.
Time for the final day. Let's see what happens with 8 units of alcohol.
Go be the bully! Oh dear, I'm not even 100% sure what happened.
Where's the key?
I know he pissed himself, dirty bastard.
I think she noticed, actually.
If you take too much alcohol, your decision makings go off. And if you make the wrong decisions during sex, it can be awkward or it can be catastrophic.
Lost the bloody keys. I've only just got out of the bloody handcuffs.
If you drink too much alcohol, you might not manage to have sex because it deadens sensations and you don't get aroused.
Too much alcohol will dull sensation to the point that the man will lose his erection. Females will also lose sensation, meaning no orgasm. And you all will lose your inhibitions to the point that you're very likely to do something that you'll regret.
I mean, it wasn't even a lot of money as well, it's barely enough to get the taxi home for us.
And I think he stole my money.
We've seen that a little bit of alcohol can make sex better. But a lot of alcohol, who knows what can happen. We're always told that alcohol is bad for your physical performance.
Alcohol definitely makes your physical performance worse.
I'm probably worse at dancing, yeah, when I've had a drink in me than I'm not, no.
I've had some of my best ideas while I was drunk.
We're always told that alcohol is bad for your physical performance. But is that what the data shows? If alcohol really makes you perform worse, then why is it banned as a performance-enhancing drug in sporting events like archery, darts, or car racing? We are going to test this down at the gym with the gang, so let's get started. In our first experiment, this bit of kit measures how hard our punches are. Go. Each member of the gang is going to punch the bag for 10 seconds while wearing the special kit. Go. We are all going to do it 3 times. The first time, no alcohol. Stop. These These numbers show how fast and how hard we all punch without alcohol. Okay, we're now going to do the test all over again, but this time after a couple of units of alcohol. Will our performance be better or worse?
After a couple of units of alcohol, your performance can actually increase if you're doing speed or power events. After a couple of units of alcohol, your muscle and body become stiffer. You can punch faster, you can punch harder, and you'll probably be able to retain accuracy.
Tommy is hitting with significantly more speed and power, as are Patty, Stephen, and even I'm hitting with more force. Allegedly, some Premier League footballers use alcohol as a performance enhancer. After a few units of alcohol, your muscles will be harder so that you can punch with more force, react faster, and you'll have lost the tremor that comes with sport. Physical performance can be improved by an average of about 13% by using beta blockers, which give the same effect as alcohol.
Okay, the big five.
We've seen that 2 units of alcohol can increase sporting performance, but how do we perform after 5 units of alcohol?
If you take too much alcohol, the problem is that the benefits you might see in performance disappear. Instead of being faster and quicker, you slow down.
All of us were punching slower and with a lot less force, even the professional fighters. Okay, that was clearly too much alcohol, but I really want to know what will happen in a real fight. So let's take this into the ring.
And Paddy's performance in round 1 was good. He maintained composure for the whole round. His power was equal for the whole round, and his reaction speed was also good. After 2 drinks, I could definitely notice a difference. The inhibition was kind of gone, so it was a wee bit faster paced. We were throwing shots back and forth. His reaction speed was actually really good. He was really quick in and out. He didn't think as much when he evaded a shot. He'd come back a lot quicker actually than he did in round 1. So you definitely see the difference with the 2 drinks. After 5 drinks, it was a little bit chaotic. There was more of a willingness to stand and trade shots than you would normally do in sparring. The back and forth was still there, but it was a wee bit sloppier. So he was taking a few shots to give a few shots, so it was a wee bit more reckless. Definitely a bit more reckless.
We've seen that alcohol can do good things for your physical performance, but too much, and it's kaput.
We've got one final challenge of the day, and I think Stevie's the man for the job. We've got our club champion here. She's going to come in and put Stevie right through his paces.
What are you doing?
I saw it on YouTube, you eat the underpants and it soaks up the alcohol.
People try all sorts of things to sober up, like Dave here, who, when pulled over by the police, ate his own underpants. That might sound daft, but everyone has their own trick to sober up.
If it's a football day, then yes, I will drink from morning till night.
I guess just drink water. Yeah, just drink water to sober up.
I mean, I've been sick a few times when I've went home and had to be sick in my bin.
Can Iron Brew. That's a famous Glasgow one, yeah.
Or stop drinking alcohol.
Okay, imagine you're drinking at the pub and you need to sober up quickly and drive home. What will work? Time for some experiments to find out. We are each going to drink 5 units of alcohol to be over the drink driving limit.
This is 1 unit precisely. Okay, you guys gotta keep moving.
Sink it, sink it, sink it, sink it, sink it, sink it.
Drink up. Cheers. Last one. Finish.
That just happened.
So we're gonna wait 10 minutes to let all the alcohol get zooming around in your blood, and then we're going to breathalyze.
As for sobering up naturally, your body can break down 1 unit of alcohol per hour. That's 76 milliliters of wine, about a third a pint of beer, or 25 milliliters of spirits.
Oh.
0.2.
0.071.
0.2.
0.23.
Oh, lightest weight.
We are all way over the drink driving limit.
So, one by one, let us reveal
Please be
which
cake.
you're getting.
Please be cake.
Lucky Tommy gets the cake. Stevie's going to get a bit wet. And it's a slap in the face for poor Patty. This might get a bit messy, so we're taking it outside.
Did you take a little bite off that? I think you took a little bite.
First, Stevie gets 3 buckets of ice cold water over himself in an attempt to sober up.
Oh, poor guy.
Tommy's turn to sober up with a giant piece of cake.
Get rid of the fork, please.
Come on.
But will it work?
Tommy, you have to eat that as fast as you can.
And in a final shock to the system, Patty's due a good slap in the face.
And a real one, not a fake one. 1, 2, 3, go! Serious, you gotta eat it all. Go, come on. Okay, that's enough. Come on, put it down. That's okay. That's enough.
My God.
That's enough. Okay, breathalyzers, each of you. 1, 2.
Now for the moment of truth.
Okay. 0.2, 0.2, 0.071. None of these had any effect on your stomach.
You mean that was pointless?
That was
totally pointless?
That was totally pointless. There's one more way to sober up.
The what?
Given that you are the recipient of this delicious cake, it is now time for your tactical whitey, or your puke and rally, as I call it. Please pick your spot.
Pick a spot. But for real?
Well, if you can.
Just try.
God, man.
I'm sure you did this as a child.
I've
you
never
just
done
stick
this
them in.
before,
You need...
Have a go at it.
Okay, come on, let's see. Tommy.
And I've for real, like...
You're facing off, facing the camera.
Dude, I've got the puke shame though.
Come on.
Tommy.
Come on. Right there now. Come on, Tommy.
There's always carrots.
Let's see what the breathalyzer is.
Thank you very much.
Oh, God. 0.21. You're still over. I'm really impressed with your incredible ability, but it didn't work. Okay, I'm just gonna taste it really quick, just to see if there's any alcohol in it.
Oh.
Doesn't taste too bad. I can actually taste the chocolate cake. Okay.
I really don't remember that part, but it's probably a good thing. Clearly, the water, cake, slap, and tactical whitey didn't work. When you drink alcohol, it almost immediately gets absorbed into your blood through your stomach. So the alcohol is in your blood. You only get sober when your liver breaks down all the alcohol in your blood, in general, about 1 unit of alcohol per hour. And you can't speed up your liver. The alcohol in the blood affects your brain and messes with how you think. So regardless of how you feel, you're still drunk. You cannot sober up faster. No sober up quick methods truly work, but can you beat the breathalyzer?
There's one particular guy I know that lost his license, yeah.
Yes, I've been breathalyzed, yeah.
And how was it?
Luckily, I hadn't been drinking, so I was okay. So I was fine.
I do own a breathalyzer at home.
Do you think you can beat a breathalyzer?
Probably not, no.
I had a son who had just turned 18 and was driving, and I thought I'm going to get one of these just to make sure I can keep him on the right track as well.
The gang are all going to drink 5 units, and then I'm going to surprise them with 3 common ways that people try to beat the breathalyzer.
Reveal.
Lucky Patty gets the peanut butter, unlucky Stephen gets the onion, and Tommy gets to suck on pennies.
Okay, guys, off you go. Eat away. Just suck on them for a little bit.
Yeah, but look at small, man. Have a half hour. Shut yourself up. Come on. See, give me have a bite. Kind of tastes like you get punched in the face. Like, it tastes like blood.
5 more seconds and then it's time to breathalyze.
It's tough.
Well done, guys. I'm very impressed with your dedication to science. It is now time to breathalyze. 3, 2, 1, go.
Ooh. I'm 0.164.
So this should give you an actual 0 reading.
Nah, fucked it. 0.2. Same. 0.2.
You're done.
So same.
What are you getting? 0.18. Yeah. So none of you guys have actually beaten the breathalyzer. All 3 of you would have been arrested.
Yeah.
When you drink alcohol, it almost immediately gets absorbed into your blood through your stomach. So the alcohol is in your blood. You only get sober when your liver breaks down all the alcohol in your blood. In general, about 1 unit of alcohol an hour. And you can't speed up your liver. This alcohol in your blood affects your brain and messes with how you think. Covering up the smell of alcohol won't do anything to beat the breathalyzer.
So I have been drinking clearly along with you guys, and I'm gonna breathalyze myself and see where I am. .063, so I'm definitely over the limit.
There is one more way to beat the breathalyzer. Hyperventilating.
Hyperventilating involves breathing in a bunch of CO2 because I'm breathing in what I've put into this bag. Here I go.
CO2 drunk? Right?
I feel really,
Okay, slow. That's it. You did it. You actually beat the breathalyzer. You did it.
By manipulating your breath, you can reduce the reading on the breathalyzer by about 10 to 15%.
I feel like I'm gonna vomit.
You're right.
And I feel really dizzy. Like, you know, when you're high to something, like I feel like shit. I would imagine the police would certainly recognize if you did this. So I would definitely, man, I can't even think, not suggest that you try this at home ever. You all clearly saw the state that I was in, and I would certainly not recommend doing that at home. So really, the best way to go about things is to just take a taxi. For most people, a glass of red wine a day is good for them. The numbers prove it.
This line here is the increasing number of units of alcohol, and this line here is an increasing risk of death. People over here who don't drink at all have a certain risk of death. Interestingly, people here who drink under 4 units per day have a lower risk of death than those who don't drink at all. Then, of course, as you drink more and more, your risk of death increases substantially.
It isn't alcohol that's bad for you. It's when you drink too much of it.
Some newspaper headlines can be outrageous. A recent one said 1 pint a day can give you dementia. There's no evidence for that whatsoever. Yeah, newspapers say that to get you to read the article.
Next time you read a headline, think about what the real truth is and make your own decision about your health. Personally, I'm not planning on drinking more than 2 to 5 units a night, and probably not 2 nights in a row. But you should make your own decisions about what kind of risk you're willing to take. To your good health.